Is it possible to learn a language while sleeping? Well, that's what we're going to be discussing about in this video. Nice to meet you. I'm Raff Suzah. I'm a language teacher and also graduated in pedagogical neuroscience. The answer is yes. There has been scientific studies that says that it is possible to learn a language while sleeping. But, however, we gotta talk about this. The Northwestern University performed a scientific study where they got 50 people, 50 volunteers, and they put them in a room and they showed them some pictures like a cat or a dynamite, and they associated them with sounds like the cat, and they put the sound of a cat meowing, or the dynamite, they put the sound of an explosion. And after that, they went to bed and they were divided 25-25. So 25 of them, while they were sleeping, like the deepest moment of their sleep, the scientists played the sound to them so that they could hear it, while they were sleeping. And the other half just didn't hear anything. In the other day, when they were exposed to a memory test, the 25 ones that were exposed to the sound while they were sleeping, they performed better in the memory test than the other 25. And that, made scientists come up with the conclusion that yes, it is possible to learn while you were sleeping. But first of all, we have to talk about what is learning. Well, learn something, I suppose that if you want to learn a language or something, you don't want to learn only one word or an expression. You want to learn the whole thing. You want to speak that language fluently, right? So we must analyze that before you just come up with a conclusion. Yeah, I'm not going to study anything else. I'm just going to go to bed, sleep, play something in any other language in the world, and then I'm going to learn it. Well, that's not exactly how it's going to work. Like, I could teach you right now, subscribe to my channel. In Portuguese, you should say, inscreva-se no meu canal. Did you copy that? Let me tell you something about memories, right? I'm gonna tell you some three types of memories. There's like the super fast memory, which is the one that I tell you something and then you forget in a couple of seconds. Like I just told you a couple of seconds ago, how do I say subscribe to my channel in Portuguese? Did you get that? No? Okay, that was your super fast memory. Well, if you got it, maybe you are in a short-term memory, and the short-term memory lasts a little bit longer, something like some minutes more, hours, or even a whole day. But like in 1 or 2 days, you're gonna forget it completely. So that's not what we want right now. What we really want is the long-term memory. That's the one we're looking for when it comes to learning things, especially a language. In order to put stuff in your long-term memory, well, how do you do that? How do you do that, Raff? Well, I can tell you two things. Really meaningful moments. Yeah, those things that, it happened only once, but they were really meaningful, like the day of your marriage, the day your son was born. Could be a tragedy as well, so like the day someone died. That thing is like in your memory, and like an involuntary act. It keeps, showing up in your memory, and you keep remembering that. Even the things you wish you had forgotten, but you just couldn't. But also, you can put stuff in your long-term memory by repetition. Repetition, not something like as a parrot, you just keep repeating things with your words or with your acts or stuff like that. But if you keep revisiting that information, and it could be like in a nice way, it doesn't have to be something bad. If you keep doing that, you will memorize that. So let's suppose you learned something very interesting and you felt very happy about that. You want to share that information with everybody else you see. So every time you say that information again, you're going to activate your memory and your database in your brain and everything just like that. And in your neurons, there's a specific part that every time you access that memory, you make it get stronger and stronger and more powerful. And as it's stronger as it gets, it will get quicker to your database access. So this is what I'm saying. The more you do that, the better you're gonna memorize that. And of course, if one day you just quit, you just stop accessing that memory, you're gonna absolutely forget. Our memory is very selective. Things that are fresh in our memory that we are, actively doing. These are the things you're gonna have in mind. There's a guy in your brain called hippocampus. I'm not gonna go specific, okay? I'm just gonna talk about him. He is like the headquarter of your memory, you know, all of your database. But it doesn't work like a computer, like a hard drive or where you can put stuff, information, and it gets there. It's even better, you know. It gets the hippocampus gets the connection with all of the other parts of your brain and access your memory faster and better. So this guy is very important to you, so you should learn more about him, the hippocampus. If you want me to post more videos about him, just put here in the comment. Just like the movie from Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore called First 50 Dates. Yeah, Drew Barrymore, she performs a character that she has a disease that affects her hippocampus, and she forgets everything in the following day. So everything that happens to her during the day, in the following day, she forgets that. That's how the movie goes on. I'm not gonna give you a spoiler, but I just want to say that to you, how important hippocampus is to your memory. And it goes without saying, no, I'm not your mom, but I have to tell you that alcohol is really harmful to your hippocampus. It's very clear, like if you have too much alcohol in the following day, you might forget things. You will forget things because that affects your hippocampus, that affects your memory database. So as before, I'm not your mom, I'm not saying quit drinking, but just you might want to take it slow, especially while learning or during the learning process. But talking about sleeping, well, your hippocampus works way much better while you are sleeping. But that doesn't mean exactly that if you listen to other stuff while you're sleeping, you're gonna learn. That's not how it goes. Sleeping is necessary for your body to rest, for you to feel better, connected, and it's gonna help your studies during the day, as well as eating healthy food. So good sleeping and good food is gonna make your studies, just skyrocket. It's gonna be amazing for you. So if you get the three combinations of sleep, study, and food, you're gonna just perform way much better than the weeks that you don't focus so much on that. So eating vegetables, fruits, and salad and stuff like that, having good 9 hours of sleep, that's so important for you to learn better and faster. And when I mean study, doesn't mean that it has to be something bad, right? It's like, I hate grammar, Raff. You don't have to go through grammar books to learn a language. When you learn Portuguese or any other language you want to learn, you just have to do it with pleasure. Like if you like games, you can access games in that specific language. If you like books, you just read books in that language, movies in that language, and you always do the association. So learning can be through entertainment, fun, and all stuff like that. So you have everything in favor for you to learn. You just gotta do it. So all in all, to sum up, what I'm saying is that if you want to learn a language, you must expose yourself to the language the most you can. Not only take the classes with a professional teacher or watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, but every time you have the chance to access that information in that specific language, you do it. But that cannot be the most important thing. Yes, your studies, your like daily classes, when you try to practice, you try to write stuff down, you try to speak, that's let's say the consolidation process. That's the base and the core of everything that's gonna grow bigger and stronger. And this means that learning while you're sleeping, it's great. Yes, you can do that, but it's not the only thing you're gonna do to learn. Yeah, if you do only that, I'm sorry, my friend, you're not gonna learn anything. It's not gonna be helpful. But if you study during the day and at the same time, when you go to bed, you listen to stuff in Portuguese, yeah, that might be powerful and helpful to you. Not only Portuguese, but it could be any other language in the world. But that's gonna be powerful to you. That's a tool you're gonna use in favor. Imagine the study process as a cake, like you're making a cake. Like the cake itself is like what you study, the core, what you do during the day. But all the decorations and the ornaments you put around the cake, it's not essential, but it's gonna make it more beautiful, isn't it? So that's studying while you're sleeping. So if you make the cake like you study during the day, you can put some decorations while you're sleeping, so you can play some stuff while you sleep, and you're gonna feel relaxed, and it's gonna help your studies, of course. That's the conclusion. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a like and click on the subscribe button. Inscreva-se no meu canal. Okay, that's how you say subscribe to my channel in Portuguese. I'm gonna be posting, really cool stuff in Portuguese language. I want to teach you this fantastic language and show you that this is not difficult, so you can trust me about that, alright? Okay guys, that's it for today. Kisses, kisses, hugs, hugs. Be sharp, see you around.